What's up? So hear me out. I know the presentation doesn't look like the best, right? But like the prompt said, to use our top trait, and like mine was humor, and it's hard to like conceptualize that on paper, right? Because I could have put like memes or something, but I don't think that would. I don't know. It's just not funny. Um, and like it does look like I didn't put a lot of effort into it, but it actually took me a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take to make this. Because like I didn't want to fuck it up. I didn't want to like mess it up. Um, I don't know if we're allowed to swear on this or not, but whatever. Um, yeah, I didn't want to put like memes or something that's not funny on it because then it would like miss the whole point. Because like it would have been a lot easier to like make a PowerPoint or like a slide or presentation on like realigning my chakra or like my desire to solve world hunger. And like, no offense if that's like your thing, but it's just not me, and that's not what I got. I got humor. So, um, yeah, I put these pictures on there because I didn't know what else to put. Like I said, I didn't want to put just like memes because it's like those aren't funny. That's like really like early 2000s, and it's just not. It's not applicable to this since I put like Betty White, a duck, some carrots, then like a Nelson Mandela quote. Anyways, that's kind of funny. But my top three traits were humor, creativity, and curiosity, which like that checks out. Um, I'm like a tinkerer, and so like I like messing with things. I like learning about new things as long as it's interesting. And so like I was looking through like the descriptions on the top three traits, and it said people with high humor usually have like positive relationships, which is true. They're intelligent, which I don't know. I don't like saying that because I feel like a dickhead when I say that, but it doesn't seem very humble. Um, and then, sorry, I'm reading something because I had to take some notes. And then it has a high capacity to handle stress, which I think is true. And then it says less neurotic, which I didn't know what neurotic was, and I was like thinking of like necro something, but I looked it up. And neurotic is like a tendency to go towards like anxiety, depression, self doubt, and so being the opposite of that is kind of cool. Um, what else? It also said like a practical example of humor was like smiling at a stranger. That's what the book said. Um, the chapter that we had to read, and like that's not humor. Like I can see the correlation between like a positive relationship and smiling at a stranger, but like that's just not humorous. Um, Yeah, so I thought that was kind of weird. As for creativity and curiosity, it said I would be more open to new experiences, willing to challenge status quos and stereotypes, cognitive flexibility and engagement and achievement in academic settings. So I agree with most of those. I'm usually the person who challenges like why we do something or status quos. But as for like the academic thing, like I would argue with that because if I'm not interested in something, then I'm not going to care about it. And so like I would agree to it with a point. Like if it's something I'm interested in, sure, like academic success and achievement, sure. But if it's just like statistics, like for me, I don't like statistics, and so like I don't see how that would be a good a good thing. Anything anyway. Um, yeah, but I definitely see the other traits in my life. I often get in trouble for questioning status quos, especially in the military. But hey, like I don't care. Um, Yeah, one of the bottom traits actually was prudence, um, which yeah, it was prudence, or they said not taking undue risks and being careful about what I say or do. I'm very much the opposite of that. Like financially, I'm like a very high risk, high reward kind of person. I just like my big thing is just send it. Like if you want to do something, just do it. Like don't overthink it. Don't try to do anything like that. Who cares about what the consequences are? Because people often regret what they didn't do rather than what they did do. That's just me. Um, but I knew that, but it was kind of cool to see it on paper. Um, anyways, back to the presentation. One of the ways I use humor as a tool to like have be more successful in like a professional and academic setting um, is making like making a bad situation into a better one, like making light of it. Like for instance, if I failed a test or like I forgot to submit a project or something, I'd be like, oh, like I'm a dumb fuck, like whatever, like I'll get the next one, rather than being like, oh man, like this is gonna ruin my future. Like now my GPA is gonna be a 3.9 instead of a 4.0 or blah blah blah. Blah. Like it just doesn't matter. That's a good way to use humor to lighten serious situations. And I find myself doing that um, in like relationships, like with family and friends, and even like personal relationships. Like people can get mad about something, and then if you just laugh at them because you know they're just being absurd or they're just acting ridiculous because they're angry, like that makes them take a step back and realize like, oh, it's actually not that serious. And so like while some things are serious, like at the end of the day, a lot of things aren't. And so that's where I use humor to fix that thing and to put perspectives on things to realize that things aren't as serious as what I think they might be. Um, yeah, and then one another note that I had written down was you can't do anything about what you can't do anything about, right? And wait, yeah, that makes sense. You can't change what's happened, so there ain't no sense getting worked up over it. And like in my experience, like working with my family, like on our ranch or like in any other job that I had in construction or military, um, everything's about perspective. And I think humor allows us to realign ourselves with like what's real, right? Um, and so like that's what I do academically and professionally. Um, because like when you're working like 18-hour days, it's either gonna have a bad day or a good day, and it doesn't matter what's going on. It's all about your perspective. But yeah, that's how I use humor. My presentation. Thanks for my TED talk, or thanks for coming to my TED talk. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. Until next time.